Well, I did it again. Let me have a sip of coffee here before we break down. Oh, my God, I love coffee. That is my guilty pleasure. Coffee in the morning. Can't do it in the afternoon, but I love it in the morning. The flavor, the scent, the heat. Oh, my God. Love it. But I did it again. It's just one of those things that I do all the time, and I don't know if it's because I just love pushing myself forward and not, reliving the life that I had yesterday. It's like, yesterday's over, man. Let's go. Let's go into a different direction. Let's try something new. And when you do things like that, you get injured. Even creatively, I get injured. In the career, I get injured. I always have. It's all documented inside this daily writing. I've been a daily writer for 28 years. But I got injured again. And then it's like, boy, it's like starting the game of Monopoly all over again. And you have no property and everybody else does. Can you relate with that? But, my mom would always say, you need to slow down, son. You need to slow down. I can't do it, Mama. I can't do it. Hey, it's Arrow. This is The Daily Mess, a chronological walkthrough in everyday world. Like I said, I'm a daily writer. I've been doing it since July of 1994. And what happens is that when you do it long enough, it's no longer about Dear John, or I had a really crappy day today. I don't know what I'm going to do. All of a sudden you realize there are things that are moving around you that are not about you, but you're going to document it. You're going to talk about it, and you're going to learn from it. The question is, why aren't you activating it? That's what the Daily Mess is all about. I've been to the professionals. I was there yesterday. Screwed up my day, but I went to the professionals. There's a real injury happening again. Fixing it is going to be the greater challenge. But how can you ignore the Achilles tendon? I'm here to say it's going to be a tough journey. My average day when I'm not sitting here inside this recording studio in a forest in South Charlotte, North Carolina, my average day, 13 to 15,000 steps. I've even had more than that. Since the day the app started counting, I've clocked in over 2 million steps. In fact, the exact number before I even came into the studio was 2,864,037 steps, which adds up to 1,350 miles. And then I injured my Achilles tendon. That number, 1,350 miles, it seems so small. It's just like keeping these journals. My first 2 books are based on 1,021 days of nonstop writing. That's just over 3 years for each of those books. The physical presence of doing a journal daily started in 1997 as a challenge. I actually started writing in 1994, but to do it daily, no matter what the excuse was, what your mindset is, whatever your mood swing is going to go into, that didn't start until August of 1997 because I challenged myself to write 1,000 pieces of poetry, and that was going to require 1,000 days in a row. Do you know what happens when you write 1,021 days in a row? You start documenting those mood swings, those mindsets. So in reality, to be called a daily writer that started in August of 1997, I've only written 9,125 days in a row, which in today's numbers doesn't give you much to brag about. It seems so small until you begin to count. Or here's the tougher part. All of those journals dating all the way back to 1994 inside this recording studio, because I believe in the presence of the continuation of inner power. All of those journals are very carefully and professionally put inside this studio. They are all so well taken care of. They're out of the wind, they're out of the air, they're out of the sunshine. They are in very, very special containers that are protecting every page. And it doesn't look like that much. 28 years. And it's like, that's it? All of those hours spent writing, and that's it? What happened to larger than life? You know what I mean? You step out there into the real world, into the social media chapters, and everybody's life is larger than life. And you go, God, I want to be a part of that. I need to be a piece of that. How can I do it? Larger than life. Gene Simmons of KISS said, if you don't think it's larger than life, nobody will ever believe it is. I get that. If I don't believe it is, then how do I expect you to believe it's larger than life? But I've been to the professionals. I'm injured. And my wife looks at me going, I'm so sorry. And I'm going, but I'm the one that did it. And can I tell you how I did it? All of those years of martial arts, 3rd degree black belt, 3rd degree, all of those tournaments, all of those poomsays and forms and that kicking of the bricks and boards and all of that. And in one brief moment, I didn't pivot. I didn't pivot my left foot. All of that practice. And I didn't pivot. And now I have to live with it. I'm Arrow, and that's the Daily Mess.